for making those improvements. I should say the CNMI government, you know, a lot of credit for making those improvements. We still had areas of concern. We had homeland security and national security concerns. We had concerns about human trafficking, and we still do. We had concerns about the asylum system, and we still do. And for those reasons, we believed that federalization was the best policy. When it was put to us and Congress said, please tell us your position, that is what we came up with. Now, when we say there's still problems in the CNMI, it is not our intent to give the CNMI a bad name or to suggest that the people of the CNMI are bad. Not at all. We are the staunchest defenders of the people of the CNMI. We are the first ones to stand up and educate everybody who will listen back in Washington, D.C. about the tremendous contributions that the CNMI has made to the United States, especially in the form of patriotic service in the U.S. military. And this is something I feel very strongly about personally. You know, we've lost so many sons of the CNMI in Iraq, and I've attended 3 funerals of sons of the CNMI myself and had the honor of giving posthumous citizenship to Corporal Darren Jack at his funeral. And so it's very emotional when you see firsthand the sacrifice that's been made by the people of the CNMI. So we always stand up and tell people that the people of the CNMI are proud, patriotic, loyal Americans that are proving their patriotism and loyalty every day in ways that really count. So to say that there are still problems here doesn't, you know, we're not criticizing the people of the CNMI. In fact, we're not criticizing anybody, really. We're criticizing the situation. You know, it's nobody's fault. Well, you could say it's some people's fault, but I don't like to blame people. But, you know, the economy is suffering through real difficulties now. You know, it's nobody here's fault that Japan Airlines pulled out and we're still struggling to deal with the consequences. Nobody here is responsible for the fact that they changed world trade rules and the garment factories are on their way out. That's created a tremendous strain on this economy and on you know, the ability of this government to properly protect the rights of guest workers and properly administer an immigration system. So, you know, we have to be honest. We call it the way we see it. Now, doesn't mean we're right. That's just that's what we believe. And we're doing our best to be as honest and as thoughtful as possible. And we recognize other points of view. We respect other points of view. But that's just where we come out. I'm happy to you know, answer questions in greater detail, and I really appreciate the time that all of you have taken to come out here. I really want to hear what you have to say, and I really want to do my very best to answer any questions that you might have. So if I could, Greg, I don't know if you want to be the master of ceremonies or if I could take questions directly. You know, the problem is someone's shining a light right in my eye, and I can't see any of you. I know I feel like you're out there, but I can't see people. But you know, perhaps if anyone has any questions or wants to make a statement, and all I ask if there's a statement, it not be too long, because as you can see, I just made a very long statement, and it bores people. So you guys shouldn't do what I just did. You know, maybe just make it a concise statement if you have something you want me to listen to. And then I'll be happy to engage in a dialogue. Thank you. She wants me. Thank you for the question. Whenever, I don't mean to evade the question, but whenever I'm asked to speak on behalf of the administration, I can't do so without going through the process that I described. So in other words, I can't, and also when I'm asked for my personal view, I'm not supposed to give that either. So the answer is, you know, until the administration has taken a position and we've gone through that process and say, you know, yes, we support the new bill or no, we don't, I can't answer that question.
let me say something and I know the grandfathering clause, and that's the best I can do. So, until we take a position, I can't announce a position or say what we would or wouldn't do. And I apologize. I know that sounds like a politician speaking, but let me say something about the grandfathering clause. I know that's the one provision that's gotten the most attention. And, and I understand there are very strong passions on both sides of that issue. But I think people have to sort out, and I'm not going to support or oppose this because I'm not supposed to, but I think people have to sort out what it is they're afraid of and what they're trying to accomplish. Because I hear so many different things. I hear people say, well, we're afraid that they're all going to stay and there'll be too many people here that we'll have to deal with. Now, I think a lot of people have not focused on the fact that the bill limits the spouses and children that can also get this status to those that are already here. So the provision was not designed to allow a lot of new people to come. It was just designed to take care of people who are already here. That's one thing that a lot of people haven't focused on. So some people are afraid that people are, everyone's going to stay, and some people are afraid that everyone's going to go. I'm not sure what it is, and I think there's a lot of confusion, whether U.S. citizens here, want people to stay or want people to leave. They can't do both, but it sounds like, there's the concerns are coming from both directions, and the intention really was just, to try to, protect the rights of the guest workers just as we're protecting the rights of the locals. We're trying to protect the rights of the locals by saying, in the future, you can't bring people in from outside unless there's a strong reason, and the federal government will be the one to decide that. But for the present, the thought was, we have to take care of people that are already here to make sure we're not being unfair to them. So that was the thought. And I'm sorry, I guess that's a long-winded answer to your question, but the answer to your question is, we don't know at this time. And the Bush administration may not be asked again what our position is. We've already said we generally support the bill, and actually now it's in the hands of Congress. So they might just go ahead and either pass something or not pass something without asking us again. So sorry for the meandering answer. But
yeah, let me just put it a different way.